Through the Veil TV. Live streaming TV made by psychics, for psychics, helping others around the world. Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to the show.
Hi everyone, welcome to Through the Veil TV. I am your host, the Psychic Cat. On tonight's show, we have Psychic Sean. Stone, how are you?
I am in between tired and happy, and just a bunch of things,
Yeah.
So that's how I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please say hi in the comments. We are doing one free card readings or one question. If you'd like a more in-depth reading, they're $17.77. We could get you also in the studio. If you want to arrange that for Sean's next show next week, we can get you in the studio for a paid or free reading. Like I said, the paid readings are more in-depth. But yeah, tell us where you're from and let's have a chat. See what the audience says. Yeah, what did you want to talk about? Yin Yang, was it? Or Feng Shui?
Yes, yin yang.
Yeah.
The masculine and feminine energies, the left and right part of the brain. Wow, straight on me right now. Okay. So this is a broad topic, I would say. But let me explain. So basically, when we talk about the yin yang energies, we talk about the dark and the light. The light representing the masculine energies, fire, stuff like that, and you got the feminine energies, all about intuition, sensitivity, psychic powers, subconscious, and then you got the masculine, which I already said. But the masculine is just all about just simply like the that action taking energy, the conscious being conscious, and I feel like it's very, very important that we balance it out. I feel a lot of times we either do too much and we forget to rest, or we rest too much and we forget to do things, right? So if we have a balanced person, a balanced personality who is embodying both the feminine and the masculine energies, they would basically be a well-rounded person. They would be going to work but also getting good sleep. They would understand in order to give they need to receive, and to receive they need to give, just stuff like that. And just going on, they basically understand what it means to be balanced. I feel like the number that really associates with balancing out and balancing of the masculine energies is 69, 222, 333 even. If we want to go into numerology, but yeah, it's important that we balance and everything like that, and really look at how much we're taking into account of are we really balanced? Are we really doing what we need to do to get things done, but are we also doing the things we need to do to rest our bodies and to make sure we have the energy built up enough, we have enough energy to do the things that we set out to do and be goal orientated, to have the energy to achieve our goals and stuff like that. And that can go into like twin flames too. I know a lot of people are interested in twin flames, the idea of meeting their perfect mate and everything like that. This is also a relationship type of thing, soulmate kind of conversation. So when we talk about twin flames and one that embodies the masculine or the divine feminine, right? When we talk about the masculine or divine feminine, I know a lot of people watching this are like, man, I just want to figure out if I'm the divine feminine. Well, if you embody more of like you're a sleeper, you're more sensitive, or you're just more sensitive. You're the more psychic one. Basically, you would be the divine feminine. And if you were wondering who's the masculine, they're the action taker, they're the doer, they're the breadwinner, everything like that. So that kind of gives you an idea if you're a divine feminine or a divine masculine. But yeah, that's everything I have to say about yin yang. And ways we can actually help balance that out is to make sure that we wake up around 5 5 a.m., 6 a.m. That will actually help, with balancing out those energies too, because when the sun rises, that's when the masculine energy is, part of the day is now. That's when, day represents the masculine energies, because when we have the sun out, that talks about fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, stuff like that, just things that really represent, fire and light, light and stuff like that. So if you can get up around 6 a.m. and stuff like that, and just get up, that will really help balance out the masculine energies within you. And if you go to bed around nighttime too, that will balance out the feminine energies. What I'm really saying in a scientific sense is that you're balancing out the what do you call it? You're giving a homeostasis to the balance between the left brain and the right brain, because if there is a union with the right and left brain, you're basically making yourself more healthy. You're extending your life expectancy. You're going to become more healthier. You're going to think clearer. Your balance is going to become much better. You're not going to, be thinking negative. You're not going to be too sensitive. You're not going to be, too much of one thing. And I think that's the most important thing, because, a well-balanced person will attract positive abundance, because, I think everything is connected. So we can talk about law of attraction. We attract, being balanced is being positive. So if you're a more balanced person, you're going to attract positive things. So that's why getting up at 5 a.m. and working out or walking is actually, balancing out your masculine energies. That's why I feel like it's very, very important that we're not like laying around all the time, because if we do that, then we're just going to hurt ourselves. We're going to remain imbalanced, and we can't have that, especially not right now. What else do I have to say about that? So also when we talk about numerology, certain numbers represent certain, it represents the masculine and feminine energy. So when we have one represents things like, it's masculine because it's, it's like this, right? And that, in the tarot cards, it represents like the wands. Wands are sticks, right? And they're pointy. And it's I guess it represents the masculine because, it represents a masculine or, an organ. That's one way we see it in tarot. 1 is masculine, 2 is feminine, 3, goes back to masculine, and 4, back to feminine. But yeah, that's everything I have to say about yin-yang energies and how it relates to twin flames, law of attraction. And we can talk about law of attraction. Law of attraction is all about putting your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors into, union and, all at the same time. Like your thoughts and your emotions and your actions actually do bring ideas into reality. For example, like, I know I was just talking about yin, but I'm going to talk about law of attraction. I think law of attraction is also important. So when you want to bring something into reality, when you really want something and you've been thinking about something, it's actually the first step of law of attraction 101. And these thoughts will start to emit emotions. And emotions causes action. Action causes you to bring something from, the idea into 3D reality. So, for example, I wanted to learn tarot. That was just an idea I had, right? Idea. And then all of a sudden, I started watching these YouTube videos and reading these books. And then I started creating that emotion. And then this emotion turned into wanting, this desire to start, doing something professional with it. Then I started, taking action and doing it. So when we talk about manifesting and someone tells you, you're manifesting something in your life right now, it means that you're actively doing stuff. This could be affirmations. This could be praying is a form of manifestation, and just doing anything that will conjure, make you do something that will bring that into reality. Sometimes there's people that can just bring something into reality just by thinking about it, about thinking about it and really wanting it in their lives. For example, if you want healing, the trauma is going to start coming out. I think that's pretty important, especially when, love the law of attraction. Law of attraction, it makes you realize how powerful you actually are. If you want a lover, you'll start seeing, signs of love everywhere. You'll start to see roses. You'll start to see couples. You'll start to see just things related to love. And it's really interesting. You'll start to really see things related to the thing you want. Like, I want to move, and I start seeing moving trucks and people moving, and the number 555. And even if you want to see a number, you'll start to see that number pop up if you are really paying attention. And that's very, very, that's crazy, because that means you're realizing and remembering that you are a God. You are a God. You are a co-creator of this universe. You actually have some say in how this world is going to work for you. And a lot of times we do feel like we're powerless, right? A lot of times, a lot of us feel powerless. I feel powerless, feeling like I am not going to be able to attract the things that I need in order to achieve this goal that I have, right? But that's not true, because I see every day, I'm bringing things into my reality just by thinking about it and having this emotion. So that's actually one way tarot works too. Tarot, psychic mediumship. I think it's very important to see, for you guys to understand how powerful you actually are, no matter what you have. Like, people from the bottom got their way to the top just by wanting something. And it's a true story. There's Conor McGregor. There's people that have been in poverty, have brought themselves to a point where they're so rich they don't need anybody. They don't need anybody telling them what to do anymore. And I think it's because they did a lot of healing work. They worked on their sacral chakra. Sacral chakra has everything to do with money. Everything to do with money, as well as the solar plexus. See, that's why it's so important. I feel like that's why spirituality, that's why, watching these shows is so important, because if you really do start living in alignment, if you really start clearing the chakras, aligning them, and start, really healing yourself, you can be a millionaire. It's possible. You will start attracting just a bunch of things. For example, I did a lot of healing myself. I did a lot of healing, loving myself and stuff like that, and realizing and having these epiphanies. I have a card, or should I keep with my intended career plan? Is that a question? May I have a card, or should I keep on my intended career plan? Yes, you can have a card. Kat, are we? Are I going to give him that right now? That's one thing.
Card reading.
Yeah, do I give her that card right now?
Of course. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can go ahead and give you that.
And more in depth is 1777.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So I'll try to. So is that a question? Do you want to keep on your intended career path? Is that the question you want? So you want some confirmation that you're on the right path, basically? Yeah, I could. Just let me know. One card, 3 cards. Okay. Let's see the comments here. I'm just waiting her to answer to see if that's the question she had. If she wants to continue on her intended career plan. That's all I want to know before I give the 1 card reading. Yes, confirmation of my plan. Should I enact? Okay, let's do it. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do it here. I'm just shuffling the cards real quick. Shall we keep on our intended career plan? 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 Can't wait till I don't even have to use these tools anymore. But let me ask. That's what I thought. That's the card I actually saw in my mind's eye. So you got the Knight of Cups, right? Knight of Cups here. Knight of Cups talks about, when we're talking about career, it talks about eventually, if we keep working on it, we'll actually get somewhere with it. So you're at a point where you're kind of like, all right, you're at the beginning stages, right? But if you continue on the course, if you continue doing what you're doing and really following your heart, and I'm seeing that eventually this is going to get a lot better. You're going to. I feel like this is something that brings you passion, something that definitely does bring you passion. It definitely fills up your cup. But yeah, I do see in the future, if you keep at it, it's going to get, you're going to start to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to start seeing, you're going to start to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to start really seeing, things come to fruition. So yes, I feel like you should keep going, especially when you get this Knight of Cups upright. It's telling you, yes, keep going, keep following your heart, because that's what you're doing. You're following your heart. So yes, keep going with that. Also, if you would like a more in-depth reading, you can actually book a reading with us that's 1777, because I do see that there could be a lot more information to this card, especially when we get the Knight of Cups. But thank you so much for that validation card, Sean. You're right on point with the passion and heart. Well, usually the thing that's very interesting is that usually what talks to our heart is usually the thing we're supposed to be doing anyway. So if you love doing it, that's usually a sign from your angels and to you that should be enough confirmation, that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing. But I feel a lot of the times you let fear and doubt get in the way. You really do let fear and doubt get in the way, but don't keep doing it. You're going to keep doing it anyway. You love it. So I will send PayPal for in-depth. Okay. Just let me. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We can do that. We're going to do a 3-card reading here. So once you send that 1777, we can actually go on with that in-depth reading. Yeah. I do see you going really far with that, but I feel like there's a lot more cards that can tell a lot more about the situation too. So if you want an in-depth one, you can just donate 1777 to that PayPal. I think my PayPal is just it's actually right there on the bottom. So yeah, whenever you're ready. Oh yeah, I just turned my phone off. Why did I do that? It's because my phone was like vibrating and stuff like that. One second here. But yeah, law of attraction, right? Law of attraction. You know you're doing something right when you start to see good things happen for you. Your ideas are manifesting into reality, and I think that's the most important thing. 1 second, I'm just checking my phone right here. But yeah, I think that's the most important thing, is that we're following her. That gives me another point. She's following her heart, and she's doing what feels right to her. And I feel like once we do that, that means we're on the right track. Because guys, this whole path, this whole journey, is basically just about you. It's not about anybody else. It's all about you. So if you're doing what you love and it's bringing you happiness and it's bringing you it's been 2 hours and you just like, what the hell? It's already been 2 hours. That means that you're doing something right. I forgot to mention that. Anything that talks to the heart is that means you're on the right path. If you're living basically, you just have to live a heart space path. Like I do this, I do tarot, I do psychic mediumship, I do music, and that's following my heart. And I feel like that's the most important thing. Wow, that is very, very, very vibrational. Yeah. But yeah, guys, it's important that we follow our heart. I'm going to say that again because a lot of people listen to our your brain and not a lot of people listen to the brain, the mind, the ego, and not the heart. Usually the heart's right. And if you can get really good at listening to your heart, I feel like that's going to be I think that's going to be kind of like your answer system. If you have any answers in regards to life, it's usually your heart that has the answers for you. You can go to tarot card readers. The tarot card readers can actually make you listen to your heart a lot more. So that's why I feel like we're very, very helpful with, finding more about yourself. And I think that's the most important thing. It's just finding more about yourself is going to really it's going to improve your life, because not only are you making, a best friend out of yourself, but you're also becoming you're becoming your own guide. And I think that's the whole point of the journey. And I feel like a lot of times that's why obstacles and challenges happen. I feel like that's why obstacles and challenges happen in our lives. When we deal with difficult stuff, it's actually bringing us closer to who we really are. That's what it basically is. These challenges, these obstacles, when we're broke as hell, and we're just, we're struggling, or we're struggling with our self-worth, and we're struggling just like to pay bills on time. We're struggling, we're struggling with others. Is really just forcing us to know ourselves even more. Because a lot of times I feel like when we're struggling, a lot of times we struggle alone. But when we struggle alone, we become our best friends, because out of those trenches, we become the light. The reason why there may be so much darkness around you guys right now, I feel like, especially during this whole COVID, I think this whole COVID thing, this whole like lockdown, I feel like it's been a blessing in a disguise. I really do. I feel like, when people leave our lives, when new beginnings happen, when endings happen, I feel like those are new beginnings and blessings in disguise, because it's an opportunity to grow. And if you can look at life like that, I think you would honestly be free from the ego. The ego will always, your ego is talking if it comes from a fear-based idea. Anything fear, anything anger, anything low vibrational from the lower chakra system is just the ego. Because honestly, anybody that's very, very negative is listening to their mind, because a lot of the times the mind is programmed. It's programmed by either their childhood or just a bunch of bullies they've been through. I feel like a lot of the times we're negative. We have negative self-talk because we learned that. But healing, what healing really is listening to your heart a lot more instead of your brain, because the brain will tell you you're traumatized. The brain will tell you certain things and you can believe it. But if you listen to your intuition a lot more, that's when it starts to become a little easier. That's when things become just more calm. The heart is calm. We're naturally high vibrational people. We don't come from a place of fear. When you look at a little kid, like a child, a baby, they're just happy. Why do you think they're happy? It's because they haven't been through life yet. And then when you look at an adult, you can see like certain issues wrong with them. It's because they've been through everything like that. They've been, I guess you could say, tainted. But that's why we have rebirths. That's why we have endings happen in our life. That's why we have obstacles. So we can return to that, that little kid, that child wonder that we used to be. That's why when we talk about rebirth and, transformation, Kundalini awakenings, spiritual awakenings, it's basically you're opening your eyes to a point where you're seeing the world in a different way, in a more positive way. You're healing, and it shows, healing does show. It shows if you've been having a glow up. It shows if you've been having, better health, or, I don't know, like different situations sometimes. But I've noticed that when I was healing and I was really, kind of, when I was going through those difficult times, that's when the healing started. I feel like the pain and the changes and all that was the healing point for me. I feel like that healed me. I know we talked about a lot of topics, but I just go from topic to topic. But the healing part, the healing is important that we, it's important that we heal, because we can actually if we heal, our finances get better when we start healing, when we start, getting rid of things that no longer serve us, and we're doing what we need to be doing. While it may not be comfortable, healing is not comfortable. Healing is not comfortable. I'm going to tell you that. But it's a temporary discomfort that I'm willing to deal with. You have to be willing to deal with it. If you want your life to get better, you're going to have to deal with temporary discomfort. And even that's the hardest thing, because it can be painful. It can be painful as F. I'm not even kidding you. That's why not a lot of people go down this journey of a healing transformation kind of thing, of shadow work kind of journey. They don't go down to it because they have to re-experience all the pain they experienced while they were younger. Let me tell you this. It's it doesn't help when, this is not a very spiritual world we're living in. It's not. It's very unfortunate, because a lot of times we're working a job, or that we hate, because we've been scared into thinking that if we follow our hearts, it won't come true. That's not true. That's a limiting belief that you're going to have to overcome. That's even hard to do when you've been kind of like programmed to think a certain way, and you have to unthink that. When your emotions were tied to that limiting belief, and you have to heal that. Isn't that like crazy? That's the most craziest thing, that you have to undo that damage. Like it's something else. But it's worth it in the end, And I feel like it's the most important thing, is to realize that even pain is a blessing. And I guess that's called alchemizing. That's another topic we could talk about. Alchemizing, changing a certain situation into a positive situation. That's basically what we're doing. That's turning a bad chemical into a good chemical. Like, I use my pain to heal. I use because pain is actually, that's a lot of energy. And I use that energy to do this. I do it to work out. I do it to eat. I do it to brush my teeth, to take care of myself, and that's how I heal myself. I also do where I abstain from certain actions, so that way I can have more energy to change certain aspects about my life. Like I'm telling you right now, like I have never been so uncomfortable. Never. That's why a lot of the times when they tell you to get out of your comfort zone, it's like scary. It is scary because you have to face a fear. You have to face a fear that you've had for so long. And now you'll be presented with an opportunity to either change that limiting belief and be more abundant and be more, more grounded, or you can just let that fear and these obstacles really control your life and how you're going to be. That's why reprogramming the brain, the subconscious, and not letting fear get in the way is so important. Especially with Shelby when she's following her heart, but yet her brain is telling her no, because sometimes there could be some self-worth issues there, or just that she, doesn't think she'll get it because following your heart is a bad idea. A lot of, if you look at history, a lot of people that follow their heart are now famous, rich, and happy, and have everything they ever wanted. Sometimes following your heart can mean following it for 3 years and not seeing any results until one day it does happen. But just knowing and having the faith that it's going to be okay. I've been following my heart for a little bit. But I feel like the reason why I haven't reached the pinnacle point is because it does take time. Anything good takes time. It takes a lot of time and hard work, but eventually it will pay off. It will pay off. Like it's just a whole journey. That's why it's important that we take care of ourselves. That's why it's important to have patience. That's why it's important to always never give up on loving yourself. That's why it's important to understand that self-worth does not come with having things. It just comes with being you. That's it. Balancing yourself out. That's why I talked about the yin yang, because balancing yourself out is so important. It helps you be more patient. It helps you be more patient with the process and be more trusting and develop these characteristics that one may have to have all the abundance that they need to be more successful. Because honestly, you have to change in order to be more successful. You can't just wish upon a star and it happens. It's not like that. Unfortunately, this is an action-based universe, guys. You can't just be be good at something by wishing it. You have to do the work. You just have to know you just have to know yourself better, I feel like if everybody knew themselves, we wouldn't need tarot. We wouldn't need psychic medium shows. We wouldn't need that. I feel like if everybody actually knew themselves, they wouldn't need us. That's the craziest thing. But unfortunately, due to a very, very not spiritual world, we're gonna need a lot of us. We're gonna need a lot of YouTubers. We're gonna need a lot of people doing tarot, because I'm gonna tell you this, it's pretty bad. People, I see people all the time not even knowing who they are, what they really want, and that's still me. But I do this, and I can actually listen to my heart. But a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared. They let fear get in the way. They just hate. They just listen to their mind. They're if they had a Kundalini awakening, they're just at their root chakra. And it's sad because it wasn't supposed to be like this. But then again, I feel like everything's a lesson, right? I feel like everything's a lesson. Like I always had things, in my spirit, in my journey, I've always had this problem with not thinking I'm good enough, always thinking there's something wrong with me, and always thinking that I'm just not good enough, and that shows in my work, that shows in, when I work at a corporate job, I guess, but it just shows sometimes. I know sometimes, I'm going through a period of healing, but I've, hey, Thalia, welcome to the live. My name is Sean. It's nice to meet you. This is basically a podcast where we do we do these readings, right? We're a spiritual show, and we do readings, okay? And let me tell you this, we're very, very good. So if you would like a free one, it would be one card. If you want 3 cards, that's could be a little bit more, but let's give you one card and see how that goes, and then we'll see where that could take us. But it's nice to meet you too. Yeah, well, and when you were gone and you weren't here, we were actually talking a lot about like law of attraction. We're talking about yin yang energies, twin flames, soulmates, and stuff like that. So, it's very interesting. Just let me know if you want one card, okay, Thalia? I think is that how you say your name? Yeah, I shuffle these cards all the show because I have this. I guess I could say I'm nervous sometimes, but it's only gonna get better. You see, I love being myself. That's why it's so important to be yourself. It's so important to understand who you are, because I feel like a lot of the times, like I'll say it again, you'll come on a show like this, Talia. Oh, Talia. Okay. Sorry that I was saying your name wrong. But yeah, hey, I'm a tarot reader. I'm a psychic medium. I know we're talking about the spiritual side. I know we're talking about the spiritual life coach side. So let's talk about the psychic gifts and stuff like that. Let's get into the interesting stuff. So yeah, there's astral projection. They're seeing angels. They're seeing, there's having these awakenings. There's these signs that you may be, psychic and stuff like that, and that crazy psychedelic kind of stuff. I know you guys want to hear that. I know that's important. So, yeah, you'll see things. You'll hear things. You'll feel things that other people can't see, and it's. Guys, I guess I came so far in my journey where I'm just like, the most important thing is to talk about healing and balancing out. But I'm beginning to sound like a guide, so forgive me. Yeah, but basically these gifts, you'll start to see numbers, right? You'll start to see numbers. You'll start to see synchronistic moments happen to you when you are on the right path and right track. Basically, right track just means you're following your heart. 3, you'll hear things calling your name. You'll hear things that people don't hear. You'll be called crazy. You might be the black sheep of the family if you're the psychic of the family. It's not an easy road. It's not an easy road, but it's going to be worth it in time when you learn every lesson. Get through it. I'm still learning my lessons. It's just kind of difficult. I guess you could say, but being psychic is the reason why it's like a lot difficult. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of ascension symptoms. Having earaches, hearing loud ringing in their ears and stuff like that. That's common. And just they're either having throat problems or just health problems that they can't explain. That's another one. Flu symptoms that don't make sense. That's a big, big one, where you don't even know what's wrong with your body. And it's basically your chakra system blocked. It's either one of your chakra systems, it's either blocked, and then it's causing these pains that you can't quite understand. It's a spiritual, that's why there should be spiritual doctors out there, which there is. It's called Reiki healing. But like I said, it's not a spiritual world. People just think that doctors are going to fix you. I mean, temporarily, but not forever. And I guess the spiritual, Reiki healers and tarot card readers and people out there are actually the ones that are going to give you permanent healing. So you don't have to be coming back, to keep paying, $1,400 for a hospital visit. That's why it's so important to come to us. That's why it's so much better. But I'm not saying don't go see your doctor, obviously, but I will say sometimes I will say sometimes it's sorry, someone just donated 1717. Let me see who that was. Yeah, someone gave a donation. So yeah, Kat, someone just gave a donation. I'm gonna see who that was real quick. Rating for Shelby. Oh, Shelby. Oh, I thought you weren't here anymore. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that for you.
Okay, you got one off, Shelby?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, Shelby. So about that career. All right. So in depth reading about the career. Okay. Thank you, by the way, for that donation. Appreciate that. Depth reading for Shelby, please. Depth reading for Shelby, please. It's all good, Shelby. No worries. Three cars just fell out. Wow. Very, very interesting. I love tarot. I love spirituality. So here we go. I feel like in your career, in your path that's going on right now, you're learning to, because I feel like in your career you're experiencing a lot of obstacles and challenges right now, and I feel like the number one thing you're dealing with right now is that kind of there is some issues with self-love with you. There's some issues with self-worth, and I could tell I was getting a little bit of that vibe from I'm becoming more psychic, so I was actually seeing that there was a little bit of self-worth issues in there, and I feel like that does get in the way of your career. And I feel like if you want to feel a lot more better and feel a lot more confident in in what career direction you're taking, I feel like you have to love yourself a little bit more than you do now, because I feel like you do have a problem with self-love, and if you can really cultivate that self-love, and really what I mean by self-love is actually showing up for yourself, right? Doing the things and believing in yourself and becoming your best friend, because I feel like that's going to be important in your career. I feel like you will actually gain a lot more confidence and a lot more certainty in what you're doing, because I feel like a lot of the times your lack of self-love, your lack of self, I guess, gets in the way. And I'm seeing in your future, it's bright. It's this career is right for you. I'm telling you, like in the future, it's the sun. Okay, the sun talks about happiness and everything we ever hoped for, and just everything just being the way we dreamed of it. So keep going with that. I feel like your self-love is your main obstacle right now. I feel like it really that's your obstacle at this point. I feel like you have been through a rough period in your life where it caused you it was a little bit traumatic, and I feel like it does affect the way you feel about yourself, and the way you feel about yourself does affect your career. It does affect your work. It does affect the way you attract abundance, and it's going to be important that we work on ourselves. That's why I work out and I brush my teeth, and that's why I do certain things, and I keep up with myself so that my business can keep attracting abundance, because you are the business. You're the main person that's going to be attracting all this abundance. So if you want that abundance and you want to be be strong and be certain and do very, very well in your field, you're going to have to love yourself. Okay. Loving yourself will heal the self-doubt, and heal all that kind of trouble you have, with keeping up with certain things and responsibilities. And I feel like that is your biggest obstacle, is loving yourself. And it's just about reprogramming the brain. It's just about reprogramming the brain. But I feel like you're going to see, you have this upright, this is all about obstacles and that are getting in the way of this dream right here. But I do see you overcoming it. I really do see you overcoming it and achieving the goals you want. So if you keep going with this career, Shelby, you're going to be very successful. You're going to be very successful. You're going to be happy. You're going to heal that part of you, and you're really going to be where you're going to want to be in the future. So keep it up. Work on the self-love. For example, I could give you a couple self-love exercises. You can feed yourself when you're hungry. Talk to yourself when you're feeling down. Buy yourself things. Pamper yourself. Just do things that will show that you care about yourself. So I feel like that will help you on your career. A relationship with ourselves is very important when we're trying to attract more money. Okay, but I do see you doing that. I do see you being successful, and I see you having the career of your dreams, and to keep following your heart, like it said in the Nine of the Cups. Okay, and if you want, and if you would like to have a more in depth, I don't know how to finish that. Is that good, Kat? Are we good with that? Because we're done with that. Yes, that's your biggest obstacle, Shelby. So.
Do you feel you have any other messages?
No, I feel like her self-love kind of routine is, she gets in her own way. And I feel like if she stops getting in her own way, she'll experience what she wants to experience, and she'll actually be quite abundant in her career. So, yeah.
And I have a message for you, Shelby. You need to love yourself more. I have that message. Don't love yourself enough. Don't see what other people see.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Sean.
Yeah, I thanks Shelby for following through with that PayPal payment. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you.
Yeah. If anyone would like a free question or one card, please put your question in the comments. So there's 7077 for an in-depth reading, a more in-depth. We have just under 10 minutes to go in the show. But you'll be on next week anyway, again. Same time every week.
Yeah. Well, I hope you really love yourself, Shelby, because I do see a very fantastic future for you. So congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, I feel with Shelby also you need to do some grounding. So maybe something to do with the ocean also. Yeah, definitely some grounding there.
Wearing red could help.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing red, right? Yeah.
Yeah, colors do change your mood, yeah.
Is that why you wear red?
I just had a red day.
A red day?
Yeah.
It's very, the red actually represents the root chakra, and root chakra is all about grounding. So that's why I said red.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting you say that.
Yeah. I feel like it all has to do with that.
I definitely think, Shelby, definitely some grounding techniques. I do know of a fantastic book that Lady Reverend Miller has written about grounding techniques, and we can get that link up on the screen. That would be great. It's a really interesting, really good book to ground, and yeah, that was a good reading. Thank you. We have time for one more question, free question. If anyone would like a question answer, please put it in the comments.
Can I tell you something weird?
Yes.
When I was talking to Shelby, when I wasn't, after the reading, I started getting these other ideas in my head. I wasn't even reading the cards. And I was like, she has problems with self-worth. I'm just like, where'd that come from?
I got that too, yes. That's why I got she needs to love herself more.
Yeah, but I got that message not from the cards. It was like a random. So I think my gifts are, yeah. It was crazy. That's good.
Wendy says we have time for one more. So Wendy says she would love a message, please.
Yes, okay, yes. Give her one card here. All right, Wendy. Let's see. I love this. This is amazing. Yes, I do, Talia. I really do value the words I choose. The whole goal of tarot for me is to help people, honestly. Help people with words from spirit. That's the whole point of this, right? All right, Wendy Keenan. Wendy Keenan. Wendy Keenan. Wendy Keenan. Wendy Keenan. Wendy Keenan. Whoa, you gotta express yourself. You gotta express yourself and understand your worth. It's important we do that, Wendy. But I'm gonna get a card for you. That's just messages I was getting. Wow, that's what it's like to. Okay. Here we go, Wendy. Wendy. Clarifier. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I feel like you're experiencing a lot of bad luck with trying to manifest things. I feel like you're experiencing just a lot of like a cycle is trying to end in your life. But I feel like you're kind of confused on how you're trying to manifest something. So I feel like you're having bad luck, bad luck with certain things and trying to get certain things in your life because I feel like you're confused. And I feel like the most important thing you have to do right now is understand that we have to have a more positive mindset. We have to be more positive in order to attract the things that our hearts desires. This could also talk about us being confused and just, I feel like your mind is really racing right now. I feel like your mind is really racing right now. And I feel like that's getting in the way of you trying to manifest certain things in your life. Usually our mind could start, being more negative. And when our mind's a negative, we won't be able to attract positive things into our life. I feel like that's a lot of the times why you're experiencing just like general bad luck or just like things not working out. Because you're negative and you don't match the vibrational frequency that thing that you desire most. So work on being more positive, work on listening to your heart more, being more heart-spaced, and stop listening to your mind and to fear-based things because you're not going to be able to manifest certain things and you're not going to be able to have the things that you want until you let the fear go, until you start understanding and being more positive, because I feel like your intuition is telling you a lot what you should be doing right now, and how you can, be more happy. I feel, but a lot of times you do let the mind get in the way, and it's causing a lot of like ruckus and just a lot of kind of like bad luck in your life. So make sure you're not listening to your mind. Make sure you're following your heart in certain decisions, and you're not, listening to fear. You're not making choices out of fear. Our mind can make us very, very, it can also make us very controlling too. I feel like a lot of times we try to control certain things in our lives when we're feeling scared, because a lot of times we try to control certain aspects of our lives or people or just certain situations when we're scared. And I feel like you can't let this, this bad luck, this time of just like confusion and just like general like feeling down, or I do feel like you're kind of feeling down at this point, but don't let the fear get in the way of what you truly want, of what you're trying to manifest. Okay. Don't make decisions out of fear. I think that's going to be important for you. I think you're going to see something turn around once you start realizing, if I'm a lot more positive, if I really do start believing in myself, and if I really start believing that I can do certain things and I am capable of manifesting my heart's true desires, then I feel like you'll start knowing yourself a lot more, and then you'll start to see a lot more luck in your life. Because if we stay negative, we're not going to attract positive things. It's just that simple. You have to be a vibrational match to the thing you want. And one way we can increase our vibrational match is being more positive and loving ourselves. Loving ourselves will actually make you more happy. So that's your message for today.
Thank you for that, Sean. That was good. Now, if anyone would like a private reading with Sean and doesn't want to have it public, you can contact him. So I'll just let you comment.
And Wendy, that might be a reason. That might be a reason why you're feeling down right now. I do feel like a lot of bad luck has happened for you. I think that's not a very lucky situation. But if you can start listening to your heart more, listening to your intuition, and listen to your emotions, because your emotions are very intelligent right now, and they're telling you what you need to hear. It's going to give you a lot of the answers that you have. So,
thank you. She says, Wendy says for sure. That's good. Now, if anyone would like to get in the studio for a reading, a free or paid, please contact us. Please contact the page, and we can arrange that for you for one of our shows. Sean will be on this time next week, every week, same time. And so we'll get your website. If anyone wants a private reading, they can contact you at your website or your Facebook page. And yeah. So thank you tonight for your show.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching through the Veil TV. We will see you all next time. Thank you.
Through the Veil TV. Thank you for watching today. You can find information on our psychics on our Facebook page. Please leave them a review on their pages. Hope to see you